September 25th through October 1st has been designated as National Adult Immunization Awareness Week by the CDC. One of the newest vaccines in the news is the adult shingles vaccine. The New York Times reports that in an effort to get more adults vaccinated, the FDA recently approved the use of the shingles vaccine for those 50 and older, a reduction from the earlier 60 and older recommendation. We talked with Ed Neuzil with the Allergy, Sinus, and Asthma Family Health Center about shingles and the vaccination he provides his patients.
If you've had the chickenpox, it's something you already have in your body that, say, some stressful event. And it can be happy or sad. It can be my daughter's getting married and all the stress that goes along with that. That would be something. I'm buying a new home or losing a home. Anything like this could actually propagate an outbreak. So it has to do with your immune system. Stressful times, your immune system isn't quite up to par, so you might be able to see outbreaks in cases like that. But it's something that's already in your body once you've had the chickenpox. And if you've been exposed at some point, just like my wife, she hasn't had the chickenpox, but all my kids did, so she was exposed. It would still be appropriate for her, and the possibility of having shingles is still real. When we look at the shingles, most of us know somebody that had the shingles. It is a very painful rash that you get. It is something that generally follows what we call a dermatome or a nerve, and not only the rash after it goes away, it's what they call post-herpetic neuralgia. Is the effects to the skin sometimes can be painful, very sensitive afterwards, that can last for years or the rest of their life. So whatever we can do to actually prevent this occurrence, something like the flu vaccine, is beneficial to do, especially in the age group that we have in the Central Florida area. It was at one time approved for those individuals 60 and above, and recently the FDA has now approved the shingles vaccine, or the Zostavax, for the prevention of shingles in those individuals 50 and above, because they found that in that group that we weren't treating, by giving the shingles vaccine or the Zostavax, we can reduce the incidence of shingles by 70%, which I think is dramatic. Whether you've had the chickenpox or not isn't necessarily the issue, because if you've lived in this country for the last 25, 30 years, you've been exposed to it. And so that's not become the bigger issue that we had before. The one thing with the shingles vaccine, if they get the vaccine, you want to avoid being around individuals that are immunocompromised. So anybody that's got HIV, chemotherapy, pregnant women, little babies, you would want to avoid any contact with them for generally 5 to 7 days. So that's one consideration.
Every year, shingles strikes 200,000 adults in their 50s. While the population becomes more vulnerable with age, only 10% of Americans age 60 plus have received the vaccine through the 2009 reporting year. For more information about recommended adult vaccinations from the CDC, we've included a link. You can also learn more about the cost and availability of the shingles vaccine when you contact the Allergy, Sinus, and Asthma Family Health Center. Their information is available when you click the Shingles Vaccination story icon on our homepage at yourhometownhealth.com.